Do 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 do.
This week is Diabetes Week. I'm not too sure whether you've had the same experience as I, but years ago I just thought diabetes was something which unfortunately you had and you were stuck with it for the rest of your life and there wasn't much you could do about it. Fortunately, we know much more now, and as it's Diabetes Week, I thought it might be interesting to pass on even more to you. Please welcome Dr. John Court, Veronica Walsh, and from the Richmond Football Club, champion footballer Dale Weightman. Welcome to the show, and I think with the exception of Dr. John, you're not a diabetic, are you?
No.
But of course an expert in that field. I mentioned before that we were really very ignorant of diabetes until a couple of years ago. Is it a fair thing to say now that we know more about it and there's more public acceptance of it?
We know an enormous amount more now, of course, but we still don't have a cure, so there's a lot more to learn. But I think the public are aware of the fact that there are so many people who've got diabetes. It's not a rare disorder. It's really pervades the whole community. And
what is it, Doctor? What is diabetes?
Well, there are certainly two forms of diabetes, but basically the end result is that a person with diabetes can't handle sugar properly. It builds up in the blood and causes illness.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a sort that young people get, children particularly, but young adults, in which the body can't make insulin, and that's the sort that Veronica, for instance, has. And there's the sort that the majority of older people get, in which the insulin doesn't work properly, but the end result's the same.
How old are you, Veronica?
I'm 14.
14. And how long have you known that you've had diabetes?
I've had it since I was 3, so I've had it for 11 years.
And insulin all of that time?
Yes.
What about the camp that you're going on? This sounds very interesting. Tell us something about that.
Well, we're going to Japan. It's a little island in the south of Japan. There's 5 Australian diabetics going, all teenagers. There's about 60 there's 60 people from all around the world going.
What will happen there? What's the reason for the camp?
Well, I'm not really sure of the reason.
What's the reason, Doctor? Do you know?
We've had much more experience with youth camping in this country than anywhere in Asia. And in fact, in Japan, diabetes in children is the least common in anywhere in the world. So that in fact, we hope that our teenagers have got something to teach people from Japan, from Korea, from China, from the Philippines, and from a number of other Southeast Asian countries.
Well, Veronica, I can tell you that you've got a job to do over at that camp. You're going to be very, very busy.
Yeah.
To Dale Weightman, great rover for the Richmond Football Club, and also invariably pulls out a great game in the interstate matches. Yesterday played Hawthorn. At one stage of the game, looks as though your team was going to get up, Dale. In your football career, being a diabetic, has it worked against you?
Well, it's funny, Bert. I suppose I've been playing league footy now for 12 years, and 6 of those years have been a diabetic. So I've had 6 years without being a diabetic, and 6 years with being one. And the first six years, I'd won the best first-year player at Richmond. I'd played in a premiership side. I'd played about 100 games. Since I've been a diabetic, I've played another about 120 games. Played for my state, captained my state, and won 2 best and fairest at Richmond. So really, it probably hasn't affected me that much. The fact is that what I wanted to play the sport, and with the diabetes, there's a lot of things I had to do to get it going properly.
Mm-hmm. What sort of things?
Oh, with your diet and everything, you eat one thing. When I was younger, I suppose you eat a lot of junk food, and you have late nights and that. And I had to cut that down, and eating all the right foods and so forth, and looking after myself. But
insulin every day?
Insulin twice a day, yeah, morning and night. Yeah, so
self-administered?
Yeah. Oh no.
Do you get sent up very much by other guys?
No, actually, when I first got it, I was trying to different things, because you need to keep your sugar level fairly high when you're playing the sport. And I used to have lollies and that, and it was when you're running around, and I used to give them to all the trainers around the ground. So if I needed one, they'd come out and give it to me. Then in the end, I'd asked for one. They'd all eaten them all. Most of the game, I'd eaten all my lollies, so I had none.
John, how is it possible for people to get even more knowledge about diabetes? Because it does affect, I think the ratio is, what, 1 in
Well, amongst the population in general, it's about 2%, 2 or 3%.
Yeah, but I mean, a person's life can be affected by a loved one. having
Indeed,
diabetes.
so that in fact most people know or have a relative with diabetes. There's a number of major organisations who are concerned with diabetes. Diabetes Australia, which is a national body and which is composed of both lay people as well as medical and professional groups. They're available in every state. But there's also, since we're talking about teenagers and young people, an organisation called Juvenile Diabetes Foundation of Australia, which is particularly directed towards young people and children.
Well, I know the week is always a very successful one, and there's no reason why it won't be in 1989. Have a terrific trip over to Japan, Veronica. If I can just broach something with you, Dale, very quickly on another subject. There's been headlines right around Australia today about a couple of incidents in the match yesterday, Hawthorn and Richmond. Obviously, we don't get into names and personalities, but I just want to, because you're a very fair player and a great player, but particularly I think the emphasis is, kids can watch your style of football, learn from it, not only the skills of football, but also how one should approach a sport. What do you feel about the incidents which are creeping in to our great game?
Yeah, they were disappointing yesterday. There was 2 incidents that our players got carried off the ground. It was just, it was amazing. The guy that hit one of the guys was just not in his character, so I don't really know really what happened. And I think it's the game itself is clean. It's just these little incidents that they're trying to cut out, and I think
have they always been there, or are they now being highlighted?
I think they are being highlighted, and it's one of those things. I think the media gets onto this type of thing and they jump it up, and footy's a physical game, and you get that's the way it should be played. It's but the one incident yesterday was probably a bit callous.
Right. OK, Dale, good to see you, and all the best for the rest of the season. A young side there with Richmond, but I think a darn good future ahead too.
Yeah,
for you and Kevin and all the boys. Thanks a lot, Veronica, once again, and Dr. John, good luck to you too. Diabetes Week right throughout Australia, a chance for us to learn more about this disease.